So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards. Or here, do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question.
Yes, folks, we're back with another fan favorite segment, as you just saw in the insanity of Mr. Trump, which is, what the f did Donald Trump just say? This time, he went back to one of his old, true fears. Sharks.
We're gonna seal off this.
I don't know why the man is so scared of them. He brought them up, you may remember, in his time with Stormy Daniels when he was cheating on his wife, who was at home with the kid. 3-month-old child, I believe, barren at that point, that he liked to watch Shark Week with her. It came out. What is it? This time it's about sharks and electrocution and batteries. You saw some of that. But take a look at his longer riff here on sharks and batteries and electrocution and boats. Here you go.
So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards. Or here, do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Yes. Now, if you didn't understand what was going on there in the addled little furry mind, furry from God knows how much moss is growing on that rolling stone in his head, I'm going to read you some of this because clearly no speechwriter wrote this. It's like when he goes off on showers not having enough pressure and toilets not flushing well. Like, you know, he does that? What the fuck? Like, what is going on? He's crazy. It's dementia. And he's also kind of stupid. You saw, as he said in that earlier clip about, oh, well, my connection to MIT, that must be why I ask such brilliant questions. They always say, why don't you ask this question? They say it because you're a idiot and nobody else would think to ask such a stupid question. And your connection to MIT is like an uncle who retired from there 50 years ago and is dead and has been forever. And like, you're as far from that gene pool as you are from the gene pool of the shark and the water. In fact, I think you're even somewhat closer. You're like the battery. But let's read it. It's because it's so awesome. All right, here we go, folks. He claims, or he says, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat? And you have this tremendously powerful battery. And the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. Nobody ever asked this question, as we said. It must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. Quote, but you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'd take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark. So we're going to end that. We're going to end it for boats. We're going to end it for trucks. It, I assume, means he thinks that making boats and cars electric means a big battery will fall in the water and electrocute you while you're being eaten by a shark. That's some scary shit. Yeah, he's nuts. I don't know whether it's that he's more stupid or more nuts, but also he's weird, like weird with the toilets and the flushing and weird with the sharks and the Shark Week. And look, we found another time he said it again because he's so obsessed with it. Here, watch as he talks about sharks again.
But if I'm sitting down and that boat's going down and I'm on top of a battery and the water starts flooding in, I'm getting concerned. But then I look 10 yards to my left and there's a shark over there. So I have a choice of electrocution or shark. You know what I'm going to take? Electrocution. I will take electrocution every single time.
And there you have it. Maybe for the rest of all time, when he speaks anywhere, anytime about sharks, electrocution, and toilets flushing, and shower pressure, and porn stars, and every other stupid thing, every other addled thought that exits this guy's pie hole, maybe we could just have this be the proper reaction as it should be.
That's nice.